In the previous couple of videos we installed dhcp and tftp server, which are the requirements to boot into the Pixie environment. Now we're going to boot grub, the Grand Unified Bootloader, in both UEFI and legacy BIOS modes, and I'll show you how to set that up. Now the first thing is actually that we should do is get a good copy of grub itself with that. Okay, this will get the latest one for this distribution, and in fact I've already done it, and but that's how you do it. So that's now set up, set grub up in user lib. Let's go and have a look. User. And these files are the modules that grub uses and loads with tftp when it runs in the pre-execution environment. So to be rigorous here, we're going to copy these three onto our server, which is in var server. Okay, well first of all we're going to have to delete them, so we're going to replace that, and then we're going to paste them back again. Notice we'd already copied this out and put it there, so you probably need to do that again just to get the latest one. But that's the server now set up with all the files that it needs. Still has the grub configuration that has all these entries which we'll get to work in future videos. It has the themes. We use Linux Mint. We put a new background in, and this says UEFI grub menu. Well, that was just the demo from the last one. We're just going to say grub. Oops. Now, now this is the UEFI grub module, which is loaded to start up the UEFI. We copied it out of there. We probably have to copy it again. I mean, this is the latest version. But there is no legacy BIOS one. We have to make that. It's pretty simple. Let's go back here. You use grub-mkimage, and it's going to make a i386 Pixie version. The output is going to go into our server, which is grub i386 PC core 0. It's going to use the prefix grub, and it's going to use this build conference configuration file. The directory of grub is what we've just installed, is in user lib, and it's going to use Pixie and tftp. So we just run that as root. Okay, that was quick. And that's the file that we need to serve up in dhcp to boot to legacy. So let's just get dhcp up, which is in etc dhcp conf. Right, so at the moment it says it's got Pixie Linux, so we need to change that, and I'm going to put in the location of the file that we just created. Save that. And notice that it's getting the UEFI one from where we put it last time, which was in the grub menu. Could actually put the proper directory in there, or just leave it as it is. I didn't show you the configuration file that we used when we built the legacy BIOS grub. It's going to be in the comments, but basically it's setting the root of the file system to be the network, tftp. If you look in, well, if it was USB, that would be different. It also sets the default server, and this is another place where you have to get the IP address of your tftp server correct. The directory is grub, and you can put any grub console command you like into here. For instance, set debug. Right, so the last thing to do is to restart dhcp. Now we've changed it with this. So here's the restart for dhcp. And we should just have a look at the status. Failed. Now that's not terribly useful, but if you look in the syslog file, you can see it's ignoring requests on EN01, and that's because the network was not up. So we'll just try that again. That's better. So that's it running. Okay, well we'll now try and boot both legacy and UEFI mode of a client computer. Okay, so we'll first try legacy boot. Okay, it says dhcp, giving it an IP address. There we go. And there's the menu. Now we'll try UEFI. Okay, and there's the UEFI menu. So that's legacy BIOS and UEFI, both booting grub. And we'll carry on next time.